Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a quick little video on how best to use front lines. It's April 1941 and I'm setting up for an invasion of the Soviet Union, and I have two armies of 9 infantry, 2 artillery. This is part of some testing I'm doing for a video of which division takes the least amount of losses. And I discovered something quite interesting. If you have your front lines set up where you shift click and it just one large field marshal front line across the entire front, and then you take your second field marshal and you do the same thing and just shift click on top of him so that both of your field marshal front lines are stacked on top of each other, you will take less losses than if you were to say take your one field marshal, set him up in the north, and then take your other field marshal and set him up in the south. Doing it like this, you will take more attritional losses, and you'll also have a tendency to take more combat losses, because as you advance into Russia, your front lines will start to overlap like this here in the center, and as you try and stop them from overlapping, all your units in the middle will start moving towards either the north or the south. During that time period, they're not fighting, they're potentially taking attrition if they're now walking through marshes or mud, and in general, any unit that is now reshuffling because of the fact that your front lines were overlapping in the middle and then you come here and you fix it, those units are no longer in combat. They're not doing anything. If you're going to do this, I would suggest keeping the amount of units in both armies approximately equal. Worst case scenario to do having your field marshal front lines stacked on top of each other like this is that it performs on par with having the field marshal front lines side by side. If we take a look here, we have 9 and 1s, trying to keep them side by side on the bottom, overlapping them on the top. You can see less combat losses and less total losses. And I capitulated the Soviet Union slightly faster. Here we have 10 infantry taking 162,000 IC losses, trying to keep them side by side. And then here we have just stacking them on top of each other. It's an improvement of 50,000. On the other hand, though, we have, anyways, thank you for watching this video. I will be making one more video on combat with meta, a comprehensive video on both the theory and how it works in practice.